Well, all right. Welcome everybody to the first Ice Counter-Strike CSGO. I know I said Counter-Strike twice. Match of the knockout brackets for the winter tournament. My name is Naspirat, and joining me as usual is Ro.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're getting on well.
All right, so as we can all see, we will be hosting a game between the UCC NetSoc Rebels and the Ulster Unicorns. I will first bring your attention to, when I can find it in me list. There we are. The current standings for the tournament thus far. Now, you have a much nicer picture than I do, I'll tell you that, audience. So there was some minor couples in the back, which at the back of ice, meaning that there was a bit of a shuffle for the tournament for the bracket. So if you've been keeping an eye for a long time, you may be surprised by some of the lineups as they're standing on screen right now. However, as we can see now, we are in the quarterfinals, marking not only getting quite close to the end of the tournament, but moving us into a best of 3 round format. So obviously we have here in Group 1 here the WIT Vikings versus UCDC, NCIA versus TUDA, and this game here, the UCD Leviathans versus Trinity. Now again, there was a bit of kerfuffle. Trinity has managed to get back in, so put all of the spirits and hopes out for Trinity to try and trample the Goliath opposition they're facing in the Leviathans. But for this game, you will actually notice that the Ulster Unicorns were intended to play against UCD's B team. However, UCD's B team have opted to step down on account of some player availability issues, meaning that UCC have managed to sneak in as well. So, you know, there's a small amount of hope, Ro, that we might actually see a rematch between Trinity and UCC, and that would honestly make my Christmas. Like, that would be my Christmas.
Come early, eh?
Yeah, that would be it. That would be me happy. I don't care what happens after that. If we can see a rematch of that, you know, triple overtime, that's my year made.
The big boy, like, yeah, exactly. That's what that's the sort of CS games you do want to watch, though. Just two teams, you know, putting everything out in the line, going all out. It's great. It would be a really nice wee early Christmas present.
Although I have to say, I have my own little pick'ems down here, and I personally I do favor the Unicorns to win. I think. Just you know.
Yeah. I think this will be a tight one. But if I had to pick, I would probably pick maybe a 2-1. But we should probably get into the maps to see what team has picked what and how that might have an effect on the performance. So see, UCC vetoed Nuke and Ulster vetoed Vertigo for their first 2 insta bans. Then Cork picked Mirage as map 1. Ulster chose to start a CT side. Ulster picked Train as map 2. Cork starts CT side there, and the cider map is Overpass. So have you any thoughts on that?
Very standard maps that we've seen quite a bit of. Train is the odd one out there, but you know, we've seen magical things happen on Train, you know, especially last week. So I'm looking forward to seeing to seeing another match on Train, especially at this level of the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely one of those sort of deeper maps that if a team's well versed in it, they can bring a lot to the table. And I do know that Ulster does enjoy playing this, so it would be one of their more comfortable maps. They've been denied the chance to play a Nuke, which I believe they've also been practicing a bit. Ulster going for maybe a more standard Instaban and Vertigo. But yeah, Mirage is map 1. I feel that's anyone's game. Cork picked it, of course, but I'm sure Ulster have played it on multiple occasions and would be more than happy to take them on it. Train, I think, might be a little bit tighter, going the way of Ulster, and then so if it does go to a final map, Overpass, I think's a good battlefield to have it on. So 2-1, I think, for me, prediction wise, to Ulster.
You think 2-1, all right? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play not so much bias caster, but I do kind of favor the Unicorns to win. Probably maybe even 2-0. You know, I'll put it out there. I'll say they'll win. I think they'll win, but you know, the likes of UCC and even Trinity and UCD are never ones to count out. They'll there's something about, especially the Dublin teams and of course the Cork teams, you know, even if they start losing in the beginning, they have a tendency to just rocket their way ahead and at least pull it neck and neck towards the end. So we're in for an interesting game anyway.
Definitely. And just to point out, I'm not from Ulster, Queens guy, so there would be a bit of rivalry there, but I'm gonna stand behind the boys tonight, and I think Ulster will take it.
You think Ulster will take it? Well, UCC have long odds. The casters bench has decided. If you're playing, your fantasy Counter Strike team in the backgrounds,
There
feel
you
free
go.
feel free to disagree with us. And personally, I hope it goes down to a 1-1 because
Oh, absolutely.
A, it's just always cool to watch, and B, I do love me a good old knife fight in Counter Strike, which I believe is how we will be deciding the sides
Yeah.
for the third map. Which I miss knife fights. Man, I want to see a few knife fights.
It's hard to beat a good knife fight, yeah, indeed. And Overpass as well. It's probably a very important map to get that knife fight going. If you win that, some people actually would favor picking T side, which kind of sounds a bit stupid for Overpass, but would actually favor to pick T side because they can sort of control how they want the pace of the game to go with how you push onto sites, how you take different places, how you go for map control. And if you're in a sort of a tied up situation and you want to have sort of the initial control on the final map, I think that would be the way to do it. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We've got Mirage up first. As I was saying, I think this is a fairly even match, and if we're even match for any team really, but if we're going by who we think is going to win, I would pick Ulster.
Yes, Mirage is the traditional home. Basically, I think honestly, is it fair to say that Mirage is the ice tournament's version of Dust 2 for how often it's played? Like no one plays Dust 2. We play Mirage over the side
I
of the
think
world.
Mirage is the new Dust 2 as well. So, ever since the remake, the Dust 2 remake, I think it's taken a big hit actually. And Mirage Cash as well was quite popular, but obviously it's been taken out of the map pool, so Mirage has stolen the show. But who knows? Things could change in the future. Could be a new map up and coming.
Indeed, they could. All right. First game of the day, first match of the day, first map of the day, and first match of the quarterfinals underway between the Ulster Unicorns, as it says in the top, and the UCC NetSoc Rebels. The Unicorns starting on CT side, and the Rebels starting us up on the T side. This is, of course, check the notes, UCC's map pick. You expect them to have a few strats ready for us.
Oh.
Very early aggression from both teams. UCC are running out on doing the good old-fashioned rush B. Broken does not want to be counted out. He will find one on his way down, but unfortunately will be traded out almost immediately by Penguin. Not even Penguin. That was Sean. Trades are coming left, right, and center, dropping us down to a 3v2. And it looks like Team Captain Otter is going to get that bomb down. A much needed amount of cash injection for UCC's second round. It remains to be seen, can they finish the first? Salty will find the first of the post-plant situation, but it all on Long's hands, who will just be boom headshotted by Otter. A very decisive early victory for UCC.
Yeah, big one there for them. Standard enough sort of B rush play. Didn't go for a contact. Very sort of simple. Let's go B. Don't know what Ulster were doing. They had two people there in apps, maybe to contest for this push, but it didn't work out for them. The trade wasn't set up. One frag went the UCC's way, and then they just pushed out into the site, and it was an easy cleanup in the end. In similar fashion, it's going to be a full send onto the A side here for UCC. Any frags going the way of Ulster doesn't seem likely. Just Tonesy now with the Deagle, and I'm sure he will get ratted out fairly soon here. Deagle's rattling off, trying to shoot through the little cubby hole there in window. Tonesy realizes he's not going to win that fight and just fall back.
Darkness is ready to finish off that kill and get the last kill of the round. 2-0 for UCC. You know what, Ro? I think UCC overheard us talking about them and they don't like it. I think they want to show that they can win.
Bring it on, yeah. Let's go. You've got that momentum now, 2 rounds away. They're sticking actually with interesting buy from both teams here.
Yeah,
a half buy from Ulster. Okay, well, fair enough. If I were CTs, I would full buy into this, but maybe they want to weather some storms with regards to what UCC might have at hand. primarily being 3 Mac 10s and a Galil still. So it wouldn't be the buy that I would go for, but it is what it is. We'll see how this will fare out. It looks like it's going to be another A take here. The bomb just being brought out of ramp here. Blue Penguin to take the first fight. Will catch off Tomas. Can he get a second frag? No, he's going to have to hide under balcony, and Darkness will push out as well to catch off Tonesy. So that is the bomb site entered, but the HP is so low for UCC right now. And Belong so close in that smoke to catching a frag, catching a glimpse of a Cork player, but he wasn't able to. And now it's a 3 versus 4 retake for Ulster. 1 kit on Long. But the timing is everything, and it's slipping away right now. Long to face first on the Darkness and triple there. Along with the scouts, really he's had to flick in a lot of angles here. Hasn't been killed just yet. Finally gets taken down by Darkness. It's just broken now. 1 versus 2. 10-second bomb timer is going off. Doesn't really know where the bomb is, and now he's deciding to stick it, and that's an easy frag there for Darkness in the end. I believe it was his teammate's body actually holding up the bomb, and that bomb actually blows up. I mean, it's not the biggest economical loss, but you know, you could have saved some armor and utility there, but this will probably be the big gun round now. Yeah, op coming out for Ulster as well, so this is the round they've saved for. Let's see what they can bring.
Yeah, I think that's Darkness and Tonesy about to go head to head mid with these AWPs.
Ooh.
Teammate to bait out the shot means that Darkness won't be able to have a shot at Tonesy, but Tonesy will miss the first shot onto mid. As you say, that bomb resetting the inventories of these players, meaning we're in a full gun round now. Salty to try and push through short. Or mid, sorry, a connector into a site. He does manage to find one to Belong, and while Penguin will find Sean, the team captain Otter is there for the refrag. They may have dropped the bomb on entry, but now it's in the hands of UCC to put on a site. Just barely spotted out of short of pardon, yeah, sure, mid B there. UCC do not know how to do not play slowly. Otter will find first health plan kill onto Tonesy, and Broken will find one onto Salty. Tomas will finish that one onto Broken. It's just Long left to try and find his UCC players and get this bomb down. He will find the person to Otter and Dark, but he's facing 2 players on the opposite side of the site. Tomas opting to play this very passively, and Long with that HP is thinking, now I want to hang on to this M4. Might be able to catch Tomas on the exit, and he will through window. And with 3 HP, Long has managed to survive with that M4, but not the round, as it's already a 4-0 in the favor of UCC. And I have to say, these are lightning fast rounds from UCC.
Yeah, that's one way to put it there. Full send, no real waiting for pushes for the CTs. It's just go A, go B, rush. Love it. 4-0, why not? Keep doing it, I say. Things change it up, but for now, the money, especially for Ulster, isn't the greatest. We can see Tonesy 3.4, Blue Penguin 3.7, Belong 3.4. Long, I think, did buy into this round slightly. No, sorry, he had saved in the previous round, so he's going to buy around that, and it looks like they're actually going to commit to a force here. So, not the worst utility and guns here, but it wouldn't be what they had in the round prior, and that might make all the difference. So Broken with that UMP, if he gets up close and personal to some of the players, if they're rushing out of B apps or ramp or something, he could do big damage here. So we will see. Will it be another rush here for Cork, I should say? Looks like going a little bit slower here. Maybe some more focus on middle.
Look at Broken. He's gone through underground. He has managed to find Tomas out of position, setting up for a B take. That stilted the opposition fairly badly. Now they're going to keep pushing up a mid, but unfortunately their rear is completely unguarded with Broken sitting back there. Well, they will find B site completely undefended on account of the fact of this. Look at this force stack on A. They played the game, and unfortunately it didn't work out. Sean at a very close range with Tonesy will take a headshot, but will manage to find one in return.
Broken, you gotta hit those.
Yeah, that's Broken. That's the flank down. It's left to Long Blue and Belong to decide whether or not they want to try to take this B side, but it's starting to look like it's a bit of a save coming from the Unicorns.
Yeah, that's it. Belong on A site now. Long staying CT, and then Blue Penguin just at the top of middle here. It was looking so well. Lovely little push there from Broken to get that first frag, but he needed the support from either short or middle just to make sure that the T's couldn't push up on the B site, and unfortunately he didn't have it. And as a result, that's another round going the way of University College Cork. 5-0 now.
Bit of an
Money.
overcommit onto the A side, unfortunately, yeah.
Not really sure. Will they be buying into this? I'm sure they will. Yeah,
Giving it
we're
a
going
go,
to see
yeah.
another buy. No SMGs this time, just Blue Penguin on the FAMAS and a Scout on Belong. He's going to have to deal with Darkness, I would assume. Never mind, it looks like they're going to group up for a B take. Sean chucking a nade over onto middle as well, just to keep them at bay, but they'll start to realise that's all the aggression that they will face. Another flash on the middle just to hold them off, but that's all 5 Cork players now in the apartments, and Broken, he will probably be the one to force this.
Seen good stuff from this position exactly in the past, but it's being checked by Sean. Although he had a grenade in his hand, meaning Broken's able to get away with the first kill, even if the rounds are sailing in and he won't escape with his life. That's given his team enough time to get some players on site, and the Long is already below the window. He'll find one. Is he good for another? No, he will be dropped by Salty, but Tonesy is here at the bench position. He's able to prevent the plant. Absolutely critical here. Long has the utility, has the scout, and they're going to have to try and find Darkness and Otter sitting behind the van. Darkness is so low. Look at that, 8 HP after that Molotov. And Tonesy will be able to find Otter with that M4, meaning it's just Darkness all alone behind in the smoke. He's got a Glock and an AWP and a Dream, and he's hoping to go for it.
Yeah, it looks like he's just thrown that up away, so they can't take it for their own. And I think that's probably the best you could do in that situation.
Exactly.
Nice to see Broken switching it up again there on B apps. Did work out in his favor. Unfortunate, I believe, was it Tomas? Or oh no, Otter maybe, I think. Up there in that angle. Pulled out the nade before fully clearing the angle, and the damage was done. 1 frag and a dink onto Darkness as well was all that they needed to win that round, but it looks like it's going to be a change up again for UCC. Flash is raining over middle, but Tonesy's raring to go here. Belong as well to help him out. What a hold. 2 frags for both players there, all hanging on Tomas, and he's at the bottom of ramp here. The bomb very far away and guarded here.
Look at this reverse aggression here. The Unicorns have got a couple of AKs on them. It seems like they've stolen UCC's spirit as well. If they like Russian mid, we'll just rush them right back. We'll shoot them in the face and win the round.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision there. Once you start to realize that Cork have just been focusing a lot of players in one position, you might as well just start pushing different angles, seeing where they're not, and then realizing where they can be because of that. And 2 rounds there, it seems to have worked.
Finish up trying to find Tomas. Well, you'll see on that minimap, Tonesy and Long, they found the bomb up at top mid, and they're just going to sit up there. Tomas has to come to them, which means that it's just a matter of time until the gunfight happens, and Tomas either walks away victorious or is shot in the face by the likes of Blue Penguin here, and who will find the kill. There you go. The Unicorns fighting their way back into this.
2 in a row now, and you can see that's doing some big damage to the economy there of Cork. Probably going to be a half buy, maybe another rush or something. Not that it's been anything different to their gun rounds, but a rush A, rush B. It looks like it's going to be an A take. And he smokes, no, just 1 smoke now for Tomas. He's going to throw that smoke.
Oh, good flash on the Blue Penguin.
Blue Penguin.
I'd say good flash on the Blue Penguin, blinding him most of the way up to A main, but unfortunately he's able to recover and get a double kill. And between Penguin, Belong, and Tonesy, they will just gun Tomas down at A main.
Yeah, especially if you're just going to rush ramp relatively dryly, like that Molotov was so effective in shutting them down, and the reply from Tomas with that smoke was just a little bit too late. Maybe a bit more utility is needed. Maybe 2 smokes, get a smoke for that molly. Maybe do a waterfall out palace, throw a smoke onto the bomb site and get the bomb down. In the end, it wasn't that good of an eco, but sure, what can you expect? You've only got clocks at the end of the day. Sean will get that first frag on Belong. And that's the round opened up here now for UCC. They're going to react to that by pushing up short, it seems, but Long was ready, but he wasn't waiting. And Unfortunately, that will be his life. But look at Sean, so low. Broken will catch that frag on Tomas, but he's got more to deal with. Salty to fall next. Still 3 players aiming at him. Dinked by his own teammate there. Darkness down to 33 HP. But he's able to get that frag. 2 versus 3 now on the retake on the B side. Low HP for Sean and Darkness, and now Otter joining the gang. But Darkness will get that 1 frag traded out there by Blue Penguin on the 1 versus 2. There's it. 1 remaining now. Sean, 13 HP, but he's planted for short. And the time is ticking away. That nade could be huge, but he's going to throw it into apps. Little does Blue Penguin realize where the bomb is planted. And the 10-second timer is about to take off here. He's just going to stick it.
I was going to try to scare him. No. Oh, okay, Sean, you gave us a scare there.
Phew.
Trying to show off a little bit by you know, pre-spraying the corner, but you know, it's a good thing he decided, he realized what was going on just in time. Another end for UCC, and yeah, I'm loving how explosive these rounds are. Like half the utility of both teams use within the first minute of the round is a nice change to the more slower playstyles we've been seeing throughout the tournament.
Absolutely, yeah. It is nice to see some fast-paced action, especially when there's trades going on. It's not a full stomp. That's another round for UCC breaking that 3-win streak that Ulster had, and they're hoping to keep up that momentum, but economically wise, Ulster is still in the lead here, and they have that AWP. Tonesy might get flushed out of his position. No. Nice little pop flash to help his teammate, Blue Penguin, and Belong, unfortunately, not getting anything done, but Blue Penguin, a lovely 3k. Tonesy to help out as well. That pop flash saved Blue Penguin's life and allowed him to get that 3 kills. And Sean picked up there by Broken. So right back at it. And it looks like it's going to have to be another force by or eco here for UCC. And it could be 6-6 before we know it.
Yeah, they really... the Unicorns have really put the brakes on UCC now. Yeah, it looks like... Is this going to be another... Well, not an entire full save. Otter and Tomas have a flashbang, but, I mean, yeesh. These are not, and this is not an economic position you ever want to really be in, especially against a team like the Unicorns.
Looks like we've got a tech pause coming in there. Otter calling that one. Not entirely sure. Seems to be something to do with Darkness, FPS issue. And I think in waiting for the mollies to be flushed out because they were calling this tech, I think that might have saved them. If they'd have just ran in, it would have been another pure meat grinder from Blue Penguin. Looks like they might be asking for a reset here. No damage has been done, so that is within the rulebooks. We're just going to have to wait and see here. Looks like it will be the case.
Yeah, we're going to have a quick round restart. Nothing has happened. The aggression from the Unicorns hasn't extended down a ramp, so be having a very quick reset. From that, let's actually just take a quick look at the scoreboard. Look at Blue Penguin. Like, he's been playing Dark in A for most of the round, and he's just been lopping heads off of anyone who comes up A ramp. It's on 12 kills at the moment.
Great positioning from him there. They don't seem to have really flushed out how he's playing, and as a result, he's really able to punish anyone pushing through the palace or ramp area. Might need to get some combination with the Molotov or something being thrown down. From Palace, there's a lineup you can do it through the smoke if you're smoked off in Palace, and that could really help, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I haven't figured that out yet, but they are still in the lead for now. This will be, once this round is reset, it will be that eco round and that we should have seen. Unfortunately, there were some FPS issues, I believe, for Darkness. So yeah, this will probably be 6-5 in favor of Ulster. Then who knows? Money mightn't be the greatest still for them. And yeah, it could be a 6-6 before we know it.
In the chat.
Yeah. Looks like
just a bit of a laugh while we reset a couple things. A bit of a technical pause coming out. It shouldn't be too long. It's just a matter of resetting, making sure the round counter is correct, and I believe we are all good to go. Yeah, there we go. The round's been reset, so we're back to 6-4. Unfortunately, we are still in UCC is still in a bit of a dire situation economically speaking.
Yeah, back to the Seco.
Well,
It looked like
yeah.
the coach of Ulster joined there. I think that would have been a little bit unfair, you know?
A little bit of a mistake there. Of course, the Ulster Unicorns having a coach in JRCB who is giving them a hand as the game is giving them a hand, and
Wonder what he'd
some advice.
be thinking here. Maybe if he's got some god tier coach knowledge to drop to help Ulster sort of win this half back. Still
No,
plenty of time to do it, you know?
yeah. Now, look, I'm not a coach. But my advice would go something like shoot them and shoot them well. I mean, look at all the guns you have. Just shoot them.
I don't know if you're watching Blue Penguin there. I think it was the dead corpse of JRCB just hanging about in the T-spawn. He was on his knees. It was kind of weird looking, but Blue Penguin spotted it. Just I'm focusing here on Blue Penguin because he's probably gonna have another nice setup. The flashes are raining out and they're going to be checking towards it, but he's just playing in and around the ladders and they haven't realized just yet. They're clearing it as well and they haven't spotted him. This could be big, but they've finally realized and they've got 3 people all on him, but Belong will be helping them out and Blue Penguin somehow still alive. Thomas realizing, you know what, I'll just get the bomb down instead. And as a result, he will. So not the worst mission success we can see in chat. They knew what they were doing. Yeah, that will be it. So
Broken's taking a couple snaps, yeah.
That's fair enough. I would, if I were UCC, it's definitely better than their last eco. Once they got that bomb down, they're in a far better position economically as well. And this could be the one. If they win this, I think that'll set them up for the remainder of the half. If not, could be all Ulster. So we're gonna have to see what will the setup be here. Darkness holding for any aggression there in ramp.
Here comes Belong to answer him. He will get a good bit of damage onto him, but never mind. Tomas will be able to shut him down with that AWP.
Yeah, another opening frag there for UCC is definitely big. Where will they be able to finish up though? That's the question. All 5 of them sort of spread out throughout the map and the bomb still in T-spawn. Tonesy tagged all the way down through the smoke as well. Sean takes him down. 3 versus 5 now. It's a matter of picking a site and committing to it, I think, at this stage. See the reaction there from Ulster. Long is going to push into a window here. Broken just jumping about on the B side. I don't think he'll be seeing any action this time, but Blue Penguin, 13 and 5. He's been very capable of holding off multiple people at the same time on ramp here, and it looks like he's going to play in an advanced position here. This could be a big one.
Ramp position is sometimes really a bit of a one and done position, but given Blue Penguin's tendency to just surprise UCC and lop heads off, we'll see how they fare, especially given that this is going to be a nice confident take. He will be able to find the first onto Sean. The rest of the spray will go a bit wild. He'll do a little bit of damage to the remaining 2 players, but unfortunately won't be able to get another kill. And Tomas taking a simultaneous kill onto Long makes Broken the last Unicorn survivor, and may be able, and he will, to find Tomas's head through window. Unfortunately, the bomb has been down. There's still 3 UCC players on the prowl. He'll find a beautiful headshot onto Salty through CT. Approaching ticket booth. That Molotov coming just in time to stop him, but thankfully, smoke grenade in the pocket. He's able to get through. Unfortunately, that's going to reveal his position to the Unicorns. Otter's not going to be able to find the nice easy kill onto him that they probably would have hoped for, but that defuse going down. It will just be a matter of time of finding a safe spot and ripping Broken out of existence. 7-5 scoreline to UCC. This is getting back and forward, and I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's good bit of play there. Opening went their way, and unfortunately, Blue Penguin, we maybe hyped him up a little bit too much there. Only good for 1, and in the end, it wasn't good enough. Tomas as well entering from connector. That sort of 2-pronged attack onto A was more than enough. But look at this again, more aggression coming out from Ulster, and they're not able to get that frag onto Tomas. So close though. Big nade though, 55 HP remaining now, and that will force Tomas off. So that's a mid control almost guaranteed here for Ulster unless they get a nasty surprise coming from underpass. Looks like they're going to fall off it anyway. They've sort of shown their hands, and they're like, right, you know, we're not letting you take mid this time. It was fairly crucial in the previous round, and they're not allowing it this time. Salty Just doing a little shoulder peek to hopefully clear a little bit of it out, but he won't find anything yet. So 50 seconds or so gone. No one dead yet, but damage done. And that could make all the difference here.
It's like we're falling back into an A take. A bit of a late A take given how quickly UCC have been playing these previous rounds, but still at full, they're full strength. I mean, Tomas is missing half his health and Sean's only missing 6 HP, so it's still fairly strong push. Most of the utility on the Unicorn side has been used, and here we go. Wow, Tonesy and Belong finding the first 3 kills, and Belong finding I believe that's a third even onto Darkness, and Sean is just walking into Belong's sights. I believe that was a 4K that round.
Yeah, lovely bit of play there. They just did enough. I think they did enough to sort of scare them at the start, and it was a default into an A take, and that Molotov from Belong was the finishing blow, I think. Just needed to land the shots, and he did. Helped out there by Toonsy and Balcony as well. And that was an easy enough A takedown.
Yeah, you gotta love how just that. I mean, it's not magical play coming from the Unicorns. That's a fairly standard position, and they're just hitting their shots as opposed to UCC, who, you know, rushing through these positions is taking perhaps a bit of a toll on their accuracy.
Wow,
look at this position.
Look at this, exactly.
Yeah, here we go again.
Oh, big nade. Massive damage there. They're going to push on that. Broken, 1 frag. Can't get any more because he's been blinded. Somehow still alive, though. 18 HP remaining. Long will help him out. Tomas gets a 1 dig. They don't realize, though. Darkness. Broken, do you have any ears, mate? Darkness is able to walk all the way around, get that headshot into market, and he almost catches off our friend Broken there. Will pick up the M4, and he's been allowed into this round, actually. 1 minute left. Does have armor, 39 HP and a smoke. And they're not doing anything to stop him here. I'm kind of nervous if I'm also right now. I'm very nervous.
It's all about to get shot in the back, and he will by Blue Penguin rotating in from A side. I don't know if you caught that. Broken, just moment of genius right there. Drop the smoke grenade on top of himself, less to stop Darkness or anything, but just to obscure his position long enough to make Darkness think, well, I might have to do something else here, and that gave the likes of Blue Penguin enough time to rotate in from A side. It's a very small move, and it honestly could have just been an accidental Molotov or smoke grenade throw, but it worked out absolutely perfectly for them.
Yeah, if you're Broken, you're gonna say, yeah, I did that on purpose. Yeah, we take it. We didn't see his massive whiff of a spray or letting his teammate die. Yeah, forget about that. God tier smoke. Salty gets absolutely wrecked there on Chair. Long chucking that nade over onto Chair. Takes him down to half HP, but it looks like mid control has been given here to University College Cork, and Darkness has made its way into window. Tomas getting that frag into Tonesy as well has really opened the map up. 3 players on an initial sort of take onto A, or onto B, sorry. Belong stepping away. Darkness will hear that, and he's just going to sneak through the little cubby here. This could be a big flank. Looks like it's going to be a B finish as well. Darkness now pushing out on to B. Tomas to get the op frag. It's just Long now on short. He has been spotted. Not before he could get 1 frag, though. Now Belong next to face. Taken down there by Darkness, and it's just Blue Penguin. Last man standing on a 1 versus 4 for the finisher of this half. And he will be tagged up, and that should give away his position there.
The Penguin is about to just wander into the crosshair of Otter, who's very aware he's there, and that's going to be a nice and easy headshot for Otter. And that's going to be the match half. 7-8 to UCC from the absolute dominant beginning they had. The Ulster Unicorns have managed to pull a nice, respectable amount of rounds out of that half.
Yeah, I would be happy if you're Ulster. A bit of a shaky start, but they brought it back in. And yeah, to only lose by 1 round in that half, that's fairly decent. But big performance from UCC there. They'll be very happy. Maybe a little bit sad that they didn't win it by a few more rounds, but it is what it is. They're starting into the CT side now. This should be a very good game. Maybe an overtime potentially. Who knows? Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Don't give me flashbacks. UCC and overtimes. Don't give me flashbacks. But of course, we switched over the Ulster University Unicorns are starting us off on the T side for the second half. Tonesy's gonna just rocket out towards B side while the rest of his team play very slowly onto A, and it looks like the fake has worked very well as the 4 players have managed to storm A side. Broken able to find a headshot onto Otter, and between Broken and I believe that's Blue Penguin just gunning Salty down at CT spawn. The only remaining...
look at this flank now. The B fake Tonesy had played. He doesn't realize there's another player on the site. Tonesy eventually gets the frags. Just Sean got 2 frags there, and he might get a second or a third onto Belong. Doesn't realize where he's being shot from, but he will get the body tag, and that's enough to take him down. Now the time is ticking away, and he doesn't have a kit. 10-second defuse, not gonna be worth it. Just playing down the time, and Long will finally take him out, but they're probably going to die with the bomb here. Yep.
Yeah. No USPSs for you.
Tighter than it probably needed to be there, but it was in the hands of Ulster as soon as they sold that fake to UCC, and that was it. And the salt in the wound was Tonesy, after baking B single-handedly, pushes from connector and catches I believe the jungle and the stairs player off guard. It was a real knife in the back there.
Don't you just love when you flank the CT so hard that not even you were aware of how good it was and you missed the guy standing on stairs? Yeah, SMGs in hand. The unicorns are just blitzing a site, and they've managed to take down 3 players in the process. It's just Darkness and Salty left, who in an attempted stroke of ingenuity tried going through underground in order to cut off any kind of B take, but unfortunately that was just perfect fuel for the unicorns. Rush onto A side. Blue Penguin is going to find Darkness, and Long is going to find Salty to end that out on a nice perfect round for the unicorns.
Yeah, that's the round you want to win. No deaths, nothing given away, and you can, if you really wanted to be cheeky, you could buy AKs into this, but they're going to stick with the Mac 10s. And for Salty and Otter, that could reign a lot of danger because they haven't bought head armor, so keep an eye out for that.
Here we go again, a bit of early aggression from UCC. And Sean trying to take mid control, starts to some aggressive mid control, but it's not going to matter too much as Blue Penguin opens us up onto A side. I mean, a whole bunch of smoke grenades and Molotovs. Onzi will find the second onto Tomas at the bottom of the stairs, and yeah, here we go. The retake is going to come in. The smoke grenades are going to start slowing down the likes of Salty and Sean on mid, and I think if that mini map is to be believed, I think it's time for a save.
Yeah, this is save time, and I don't want to tell Cork I told you so, but I told you so. Otter, unfortunately, getting absolutely ripped his head off there by a Mac 10, and that was the A bomb site ripped right open. So 2 M4s will be saved on the T side, 3 M4s on the CT side. So a bit of an upgrade as well if you're Ulster, and they have been trying to hunt but won't catch them yet. So 3 guns saved into this round. Not bad. They might be able to drop a FAMAS, or the remaining players force up here. We'll see what's going to happen. Looks like it's going to be a buy anyway.
It's will,
will Otter learn his lesson though? Doesn't seem likely.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with the way Ulster have been playing. Sorry, I'm kind of mesmerized by these early rushes. Look at this, Sean, right up the top of mid. They've managed to push Tonesy all the way back to T spawn, which is also going to cause Belong to come back and try to support his teammate. That is some aggressive mid control gain by UCC, but that means that they don't have the people they need on A site. And look at this, Long all the way at stairs. It's going to knock Salty down to about 11 HP. He hears the reloading, which is going to give him the perfect opportunity to take a swing through the smoke and get the kill. Moss knocked down to 11 HP from this spraying, and he's locked off with that smoke grenade, but that's not going to stop Broken. Going to run right through the fire to get another kill with that Mac 10. Meanwhile, Belong is just murdering everybody over at stairs. Or Darkness is going to have to try pick this up. They are down to a 3v2, which is better odds than they've been facing thus far. He's going to check Darkness. He's going to find Blue Penguin in his new favorite spot. But Tonesy is here. He's going to check, come out from Palace and check, and he will find Darkness through that smoke. The ninja defuse does not work when they know exactly where the bomb's been planted.
Yeah, again, that was dicey there for Ulster coming to the end of that, but they did shut it out, and it was another Mac 10 situation, really. And again, Otter, you didn't learn. You got headshot by a Mac 10, but you know what? If you get headshot by Long's Mac 10 this time, I'll actually forgive you because he really should be giving it up at this stage. But he's committing to it. I mean, it lends into this rushing style. That's a really nice skin, actually, that he's got on it. But that's an aside. If I had that skin, I probably would keep using it as well. Looks like it's going to be a fast B take here again. There doesn't seem to be much faking going on. There are a few lurks in place, but it's just rush, rush, rush in darkness. Headshot by a Mac 10. So
And he got broken. Give
Sean,
him something.
yeah, fair enough. Sean with the AWP gets a no scope, and Salty there with the AUG enough to get one, and Sean with another no scope. That will put it down just to Tonesy. So Sean coming in clutch there with the no scopes, saving UCC so far anyway in this round.
And that's a bomb down on B side as well. So it's just Tonesy to have to find the bomb amid the sea of UCC players, and that peak is going to reveal exactly where he is. And Otter is going to take that opportunity to spray him down and try to stop the flood that is this UCC win count. Look at this, 4 rounds in a row before UCC are able to finally win one back.
And will this be finally the round where no Mac 10s are in play and your heads are safe from the bullet of a Mac 10 in this round, it seems?
Well, yeah, they're safe from Mac 10s, but now you have to worry about the 7.62 AKs, you know? So.
True. But who cares about that? You can't jump around a corner and get a headshot, you know? Unless you're really lucky.
This smoke grenade didn't go where it needed to. It did not make it to the window, and Sean is able to use it to take a few shots, but he won't be able to capitalize on it. Meanwhile, Tonesy will just be able to find Salty coming out from underground. Very good Molotov placement, forcing Tomas further back into jungle, getting him off of A site. Honestly, whether they know it or not, they have so much map control. Look at this, no one is on A site.
You can almost actually draw a line on the mini-map straight down the middle. The entire middle of this map has, that vertically that is, has nobody in it. A site completely empty. Middle of middle completely empty. B apps completely empty. Finally, we're going to see some fights here, and Long's going to take the first headshot on the Otter as they now enter onto the A site. Smokes down, jungle, CT, stairs, and Blue Penguin will abuse Sean there, who tried to make the most of that gap in that smoke there. Tomas, so low, he will get taken down in darkness. Tries to trade out, but it's not soon enough, and it's just darkness out. I think he might have to save this one. On second thoughts, is he going for this? Surely it's just exit frags.
Really, he's just trying to get the kill on stairs. He's not actually going to go for this, is he?
Yeah, I think that's a save. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wise. But a very strong start, I must say, for Ulster in this T side. Looks like they've lent into that sort of rushing mentality that UCC also showed us, but if it's anything like the remainder of that half, it could be another sort of back and forth bit for a while, and then a bit of a comeback maybe for UCC. So the full loss bonus is in full effect here now, so it should be another gun round. Oh, Otter buying a scout might suggest that it's going to be a half buy instead. And this might be another round now for UU.
Yeah, a bit of a freaky buy here. 5.7 a Deagle, a CZ, a Scout, and a stolen AK. Looks like, yeah, this is a bit of a save round for next round, but honestly, I'm not sure how many save rounds UCC have left. But look at this early aggression into Palace. Tomas trying to go for the CZ spray. Unfortunately, Broken will take him down. And he will also find Salty. Those early kills are going to tell the Unicorns way too much. They're going to say that we have two... Oh! Beautiful
Lovely
boom headshot from Broken onto stairs. Poor Otter never got a chance. John has been Molotov'd out. He has a Deagle and a Dream, but he's firing against 5 fully health UCC or UU players. I think he did get a bit of damage on the Broken on Palace, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. And they're also going to get a bomb plant in the very last second there. Look at the money on the UU side. Long is at 11k. I think he's fully bought already. Like, he could probably buy most of his team in if something catastrophic happened this round.
Speaking of buying here, 2 ops on the CT side might be what is needed here for UCC to get themselves back in this game, but we're only going to see one in effect on middle. Tonesy trying to bait a shot out, won't get anything done, and we can see 4 players on the Ulster side, all grouped up towards App. So if you are an opper, it's not the most ideal retake situation to have. Smoke's going through now. It looks like it just will be that send. Blue Penguin just watching for any late mid takes or A takes, and he's thrown a smoke to keep some of the players on, but it will be a full send out. Salty to get the first frag, traded out by Tonesy, and through the smoke, Long will get a frag. Otter with the AWP in the back lines as Sean does catch off Blue Penguin on that late flank. Field Molotov there from Long, and it is now a 3 versus 3 retake, but 2 ops trying to retake on the B site, and they're all coming through market. This is a recipe for disaster, and Tonesy, well, he's added the oil. Now he just needs to get the rest of the ingredients in.
I think Sean's trying to call it. He's screaming to Otter, dude, man, we need to get out of here. Yeah, that's going to be an attempt to save the 2 AWPs. It could have been the plan to go for just as long as the AWP is in the right position. And generally speaking, it's a bit of a roll of a dice. There's 3 main positions you want to have the op in, be that mid, A, or B. And unfortunately, they had stacked the ops, I believe, over towards mid and A, which unfortunately was not where the Unicorns went at all. They just full sent B.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unlucky there. The 2 players you're hoping to get real impact into the round completely shut out from a B rush. Nothing on mid for them to get a frag, nothing on A for them to get a frag. And then...
A rush incoming. Blue Penguin's gonna get onto the sides, pop a few rounds off towards Tomas. He will be able to scratch him in the shoulder, but not get the kill. Oh, a bit of body blocking from a teammate means that Molotov is gonna go in a bit of an annoying position. I mean, he's gonna have to check Dark himself. Long jumping, I believe that was a boost up on the stairs. He doesn't realize that Otter is sitting in the corner there. But unfortunately, there's enough utility to go as grenades and Molotovs are heading that way. Tomas with the brilliant grenade on the Broken is going to stop the plant dead. And while Blue Penguin will grab it now, it's a player advantage is towards the Netsock Rebels at 5-3. Where's the utility usage going? Come on, guys, Unicorns. We know you can do better. That flashbang, like, right on top of Blue Penguin, unfortunately. Rotate out. Sean will find one onto Tonesy, but Blue Penguin's ready to trade back, and Blue Penguin has the bomb. Would signal a bit of a retreat, especially as Otter takes down Long, and he has to try and do this by himself. But Tomas, with the second op from Ticket Booth, will just knock Blue Penguin down and win another crucial round for UCC.
Yeah, crucial to say the least there. I don't really... I do like the idea from Ulster to switch it up with another rush there. Unfortunately, they didn't have any smokes, and if you're going to enter on A and have ops from CT, from jungle, whatever, it's not gonna favor you too well, and we can just see that's how it happened. But Sean again with this mid aggression, it worked out for him in the last round. Tonesy flashed off the angle, and that smoke to just keep him back there. Some nice mid control from UCC, and they're going to hold up on this, but Tonesy's now watching it with the AWP. This could be a fight to behold.
Meanwhile, the rest of the UU team are stacked up over by A side. Looks like they're going to do a bit of a standard A take here, while Belong is over in B apartments. He's in spitting distance of Darkness, and Darkness is waiting for a player to do something over here. Wait for anything. Footsteps. Oh, there he goes. You can hear the Molotov, so you can try to self-flash him in, but he won't be able to find a player. The wall as he was, and Belong. Oh, look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. Yeah. Oh no, the fakes have worked perfectly. Tomas has been able to find the first kill and let everyone know what's happening, thankfully. Though it's a bit too late now, as the Unicorns have control of sight. However, Blue Penguin's going to be immediately shut down by Sean by a nice couple headshots with that M4A1S. And hey, if you're wondering about that B side fight, you can rest assured Darkness managed to find him.
Yeah, it was looking so good there for Ulster. Sold that fake brilliantly, but again, the trades didn't go their way, and I think Tomas did enough to stay alive, get that first frag from Palace, and delay the push that little bit longer for his teammates to rotate, and in the end it worked out for them. So finally, closing this gap. Echoes of the first half, we can see the CTs starting to get into it just a little bit slower than the Ts, and who knows, this could be going down to the wire.
Honestly, you have to be tired if you're Sean or Salty. I mean, you would be if you were actually in the battlefield, given the fact that they ran halfway across the map and then had to wheel right back round and come back. The life of a rotator is fraught with foot massages, I guess, after all that running. But a quick check at the scoreboard here, and yeah, like everyone bar I think Salty is off the 10 kill mark. Broken coming in at 19 for on the top of his team, and Darkness at 18 for his. Already having, like, it's a very spread game, like a lot, like there's no one falling that far behind, even though you could say like Salty is low on the damage on the kill side. His utility damage is up at 118, higher than everyone else in his team, so everyone is showing up right here, and it really shows in the scoreline in the fact that we managed to get to 14-11. Although it's been a much shorter game than any match we've had before. That's probably because both teams quite enjoy holding the W key.
Yeah, it's a who can hold the W key better. It seems to be the case. In this round, a little bit slower though. But it looks like we are going to finish on this B rush, and the op finally getting put into work on the site. But the trade's now coming out the way of Ulster, and the Molotov might just be good enough to delay it. And Broken still standing in it. He's going to get his feet burned right off. Tries to plant now for short, and that Molotov might just spread. It finally fades away. But they're pushing out onto the site, and Broken, he will be caught off guard, surely. Somehow manages to walk it up on the short, but
Nope.
Sean just catches him off there. 3 versus 2 now, but 2 AWPs on a retake here. Not ideal. Tomas looks like he's just going to stick for this. The frag going the way of Tonesy. Otter does catch off long though. Just Tonesy now. He's going to have to peek onto short again. Doesn't have that angle though, and it looks like the clock's going to tick down. And that will be the bomb defuse for UCC. The frag's going just so slightly the way of Tonesy, and he will escape with his life, but most importantly, the bomb has been defused, and that's another round on the board now for UCC.
I love that the dynamic duo and Sean and Otter, just I believe it was Sean just trying to keep Tonesy busy long enough for Otter to get the defuse. Absolutely brilliant play. This is the stuff that those animators love to pieces.
And another timeout now being called for Ulster Unicorns. Maybe they're realizing that, you know, it's not about holding W. You know, there's more to CS than rushing. And if they did have some nice fakes that completely sold UCC on 2 occasions. If they could do that again, but I don't know, maybe delay some aspect of their push, because they're sort of faking onto the site as they're also entering, and sometimes that lack of a timing between the two means that there's still players on the site that you're wanting to actually hit.
Yeah,
so
give them time to rotate out.
If they can do that, that might be a little bit better for them. But we'll have to see what's happening in this round. As Salty's just pushing all the way up here with his teammate Sean for some absolute massive mid control. This could be huge here. They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know. And as you said, some fakes just sell people. Unfortunately, Salty and Sean had pushed all the way through T-spawn and actually are catching Ulster off guard before they even get off the starting mark. Sean is able to find another one onto the retreating Tonesy. Will be taken down by Long, but for an attempt at a fake, that's gone horribly, and Tomas is already here in dark, waiting for them to finally get back on track. Although Belong is watching this dark position. They've been playing, both teams have been playing this position every round. You have to expect someone's going to be here. But utility is getting very low. That Molotov is going to force him out. He will be able to find the headshot on a Belong, although Peng will be able to trade him back. That's an AWP out of the hands of the Unicorns, and keeping the player advantage, the player numbers at 2-2.
Long is so close there to seeing the barrel of Otter with his AWP, just peeking out. He's not going to spot it. Eventually Otter does peek, and that's the bomb left out in the open. I don't know what Blue Penguin was doing. He was holding for a CT peek when a bomb was being planted on the other side of the site, and I think that maybe a lack of comms, or I don't know, a lack of some bit of team play there really cost them that finish of the round. And again, lack of comms in not having anyone holding mid was a real factor in the winning of that round for UCC.
It's something that, you know, it's one of the reasons I'm finding these rounds so shocking is that they're so fast, partially because no one is playing, you know, mid security. They're not being careful about anyone pushing down mid, which means that they're vulnerable to attacks like this, but it also means that they're able to do these kind of crazy plays where they're just rushing out willy-nilly and not actually really paying attention to what map control they have, because they're too busy getting more map control. And it fails spectacularly when you have players like Sean, and I believe it was Salty, to just who will just rush you right back and take some fairly crucial positions. Belong will meet Darkness back at the back of B, and will be able to find the first kill. meaning that that's another weakness in UCC's arsenal, which they do not need.
Don't know if the phrase "Hello Darkness, my old friend" has been used yet for the UCC player, but just putting that out there. You know, feel free to use that. Entry now. Blue Penguin just missing out on the headshot there of Tomas, but he's having to fight two angles, and he's won that first duel. A nade into connector just to hold off long for a little bit longer. And it won't be the case now. Basically, no players on the B side. Eventually, we will see Salty pushing back onto B, as well as Sean rotating now into holding window. But as soon as they do that, long entries out onto the site, and Otter with that WP on top of Ticket is able to get that frag over the smoke. Flashbang going in as well, just taking them long enough to get this bomb down. Sean's so close. Doesn't get the frag through the smoke, but he jumps up on Ticket, tries to do the same thing that his teammate had done prior. And now Salty walking right into the crosshair of long. 2 versus 3 retake for them now. UCC are going to have to pull something out of the bag, and Sean's got belong at least. Tonesy holding the line, and the dink onto Otter, and finally the frag. That's a big 2k to hold there from Sandwich. And that is match point now for you.
All right, we're finally back to match point. You sitting on that 14 score line for just long enough to start to get me worried, and that's going to cause UCC to pull out their first tack pause. 15-13 is very close.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying this could be an overtime game, and well, it's getting there. So
It is. Yeah.
I would be very worried if you were Ulster Unicorns here. I wouldn't say that you've completely won it yet, but look at the money here for UCC. That's the big factor right now. They just don't have it. Darkness has 5.9k, which is maybe. Do you think about maybe buying an AWP or something like that just to sort of put a stake in this round? But looks like
that's the thing, isn't it? Like, well, they can't lose this round, so basically it should be forced buy it from here on in. But as you say, the money is fairly bad. I don't know if they were paying attention to this the entire time and were horrified that it's gotten to this point, but I don't know. Pistols, AWP, FAMAS versus 3 AKs and AWP and whatever Belong is holding. It's not gonna be a very confident CT side. Yeah, Belong's managed to get an AK, but he's only got 1 flashbang on him, so the utility's not where it needs to be.
That was I don't know why the Blue Penguin, I believe it was Blue Penguin, threw that smoke. It just landed on top of Triple. He threw it, I think maybe as like a flash or something. I'm not entirely sure, but look at this. Practically 4 players all on A, and that AWP, it's going to be sat even at jungle. But as I say that, he's rotating around to CT. No market now, he's deciding. Darkness will have to be the one to carry his team on his back for this round at least. Moss in a very precarious position, but with that CZ, it's the perfect weapon to get a multi-kill here. Belong might walk right into his crosshair, but if they're trying to work on an A take here, they've not got that many people for it. I can see eventually now there's a bit of a flank, but Belong will take down Tomas. The first frag going their way, and now they push out onto the A side. Broken to get one in connector onto Otter as well. Darkness still with the AWP in hand. Might be able to catch one off guard there. Long, caught out in the open, taken down, and almost gets that second on a Tonesy. Now they know where he's sat though. 2 players coming in through CT. Sean and Salty won't get anything done just yet. Blue Penguin and Broken all getting frags. Salty in 14 HP. Somehow gets 1. But I think this is the end for UCC in this first map. There we go. Frag going the way of Broken. 16-13. Ever so slightly closed out there by UU. No overtime at least. That is the main thing.
All right, we're gonna flick on over to Train. Missed.
Yeah.
We're doing a break. I think we will be doing a little break. I'll have to double check with Gambler, but yes, very likely we will be having a short intermission between these maps. And if that is the case, don't worry, I will throw up the usual screen. I just want to double check with Gambra. Our lovely server admin who deserves all the love and respect in the world.
Yeah, mad respect. Very, very dedicated. Much appreciated for all his hard work.
By the way, brilliant round, very explosive, quick plays coming from both teams. You don't really we haven't really seen that in the tournament at all, really.
Yeah, it was a very quick. I mean, it was 16-13, but it's still a very quick game in terms of rounds. And unfortunately, UCC they did look very promising at the start there, but in the end they weren't able to close it out. Ulster just seeming to have the better T side, because it was looking fairly dicey for Ulster as well on the CT side. I would have thought that would have been the stronger one, but it seemed to be the other way around, and 16-13 for Ulster, taking that map off of UCC as well. That's it's boding well for this map onto train now. So
Yeah,
we
it
could
is.
see a 2-0. You were predicting a 2-0 earlier, I think.
I was predicting the 2-0. I just didn't expect it to come this quickly or this explosively, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah, so looks like we're just gonna have to wait and see now for train to begin here very shortly.
Right. While we wait for the players to join and have a quick break and, shake out the nerves from that first round, we are going to go to a very quick intermission. We'll be back momentarily with map 2, and assuming UCC don't let the Ulster Unicorns run away with this momentum, we will be back for map 3 momentarily. We will see you soon.
I'm sick of lying here all alone and nearly sleepless at night. I'm honest, it's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me, picking a fight. It's toxic. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no surprise. Deleting you out of my mind. It's another chronic, standing on the front line, steady going forward without knowing the direction. I need to be honest, it was for the better. Every day is perfect for a life of celebration. Go ahead.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Just making sure that we know that we're good to go. Yeah. All the binds, all the programs. Yeah, we'll just transition back into the players warming up just before we start. And yeah, second map of the day is going to be Train, I believe, which was the Ulster Unicorns pick. And given the fact that they won the first map, which was Mirage, chosen by UCC, I mean, I don't want to sound mean to UCC or anything, but I think I was right. I think we might be seeing a 2-0. I'd love to see a 2-1, you know, but this might be a 2-0.
Yeah, for the the person that wants to see more CS games, of course, it would be lovely for a 2-1. But given the fact that it was fairly close, finishing up in a win for Ulster on the map that they didn't pick, it would seem fairly likely that it could be another win here for them on their map pick. Train, they're very comfortable with this one. I do know that. So if they can show us what they're made of. I think this might have to be, 2-0 for me as well.
Yeah, although, yeah, that's I like I say, that's not to count out the UCC Netsuck Rebels, given the fact that the last round ended on a 16-13 scoreline. You know, and at the very start of the game, it looked like the Rebels were just running away with their T-side aggression. So, ooh, lovely no scope there, Belong. You know, it's definitely not going to be, if it's going to be a 2-0, it's going to be a very hard fought 2-0, which is good to see. And on Train, you know, I've ever since last week, I've been trying to find out what exactly was the cause of that massive overtime, and I think we're about to find out if the map was part of it. You know, back to Train. Let's see if we can get an overtime or two in here, but not too much, guys, because if the Rebels do actually win a map, we're off the overpass, and you know, we have to get up in the morning, you know.
Yeah, I'm thinking this could be a one of two ways, really. It could be a fairly big blowout, or we could see this going all the way down to the wire. As you were saying, it could be the map's fault that there are so many overtimes, but we're gonna see Ulster just barreling out here onto B side. Salty, so close to dying there, eventually gets picked off, as does Darkness there in the upper B area. But what's this? They're going to push through Pop Up instead, and it's another fake. Ulster love doing the fakes here, it seems, and it's going to work out perfectly yet again for them. UCC surely raging at this stage about that. Otter to get the first frag for UCC as they try to retake on a 2 versus 4 here. Flashes in, Tony to get that one and the second, and almost a clean round there for Ulster.
Yeah, Tonesy cleaning up the CTs after in that post plant situation. Of course, UCC Netsuck Rebels taking the CT side, given that taking the CT side as was their choice, meaning the Unicorns are going to be starting us off on the T side. And once again, absolutely zero waiting, zero patience. They are going to win, and they're going to win now.
Yeah, and we can see it's another SMG sort of send. Broken, the only one to buy a UMP instead of a Mac 10, so I wonder if that's a strategic decision, or maybe just prefers it, whatever. But it'll not matter in the end. This is a fully ecoed CT side.
Look at this.
Frags would be ideal.
Look at this full set. They went right through IV, all the way around CT, and just wrapped right back around to B, and haven't seen a counter terrorist the entire time. Oh, play the Benny Hill. Moss going to find Broken, but of course not going to be stopped by Broken. Meanwhile, Belong is going to pick up one. Broken will find a second after Sean, and Blue Penguin just going to finish off the round on Salty within a second of each other. Yep.
Yeah.
Unicorns just styling on the Rebels now.
Ooh, look at this. So Otter with AWP in the third round. This could be a huge one. But as I did say, no head armor. No, well, he's glass cannoning, but no head armor for Salty or Tomas either, so these SMGs could still prove very potent here. Unfortunately, a collateral for Otter down that back line there, and he might get a third through that smoke. No, Sean will take it from him. Diop doing very well in this round. The glass cannon seems to be the right decision here. Broken and Tonesy now just left in IV, and they're not going to be peeking into the crosshairs of Otter just yet. Finally, they decide to, and there's the consequence of not having any armor. They will be able to grab that AWP and fall back. and potentially maybe save this one. 1 minute and 12 seconds left, and Tonesy, if he can save that AWP, it could be quite huge.
Hats off to Otter. Man, you gotta love seeing those collaterals. Between the train cars, I mean, basically fish in a barrel at that point.
Yeah, that's like if you're gonna buy an AWP and not have if you're not gonna have that armor, at least take those long range duels where even if you do get dinked from that far away, it shouldn't kill you, or hopefully not kill you at least. Tonesy to fall, losing at AWP, and now it's just broken. Will he decide to get the bomb down? I would say he would try to. Damage done on the Salty, gets the frag, making this now a 1 versus 2 and definitely winnable here. He does have armor. 2 flashbangs. The health isn't good and the timing isn't either. Darkness will get that frag. The first round now on the board for UCC.
There you go. Less dominant play than the previous map. Although in fairness, that was UCC running away with it at that point. So much more back and forward. Yeah, the Rebels are back up to the SMGs, as they do.
Ooh, AWP now for Belong, so it could be a reversal of what happened in the previous round here, depending on how it plays out. But yeah, 3 SMGs for the CTs isn't ideal either against a fully AK'd side here. But the 2-man push into Pop Dog might be very, very dangerous. The Molotov to flush them out ever so slightly.
Much I have to say, Sean and Salty still holding that very closely with these SMGs. They're gonna want Long is gonna want to drop very carefully.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the totem pole here with a flashbang that failed, and as a result, that's 2 frags for Sean. Tonesy will be raging that his flash didn't work, but I think that rage just fueled him as he's got 3 frags of his own. Now he needs to spot Otter there as he pushes into Olafmeister T-Hell sort of area. Taken out by Belong, and now it's just Darkness, and the timing for Tonesy is very unfortunate. They mightn't catch them off guard. Blue Penguin is watching it, and that will be the round going the way of the Unicorns.
Poor Darkness, like a second further ahead, he may have caught Tonesy out of position, but unfortunately, just not able to make the kill in time. Yeah,
that was it was unlucky, but Tonesy making up for his failure of a pop flash, I will say, causing the death of 2 of his teammates. But a nice wee 3k headshot onto Pop Dog and subsequently the A site will, I think, suffice. So that's another round now for Ulster, but you can see 2 Zeus's coming out for UCC, which could be pretty cheeky here if they get them to work. Salty taking big damage though. Oh, I think this is going to be the end of Salty.
Yeah, there is not much you can do when the Penguin has an AK-47 like that. He will find a second onto Tomas. Meanwhile, Belong will find Otter and Ivy. And of course, while Broken will find Sean. Sean was flanked out by Blue Penguin as well, so there's really no hope for him. And meanwhile, Tonesy just, yeah, onto B site and to take down Darkness all on his lonesome.
Yeah, another round on the board for Ulster. T side especially, to get these rounds early while you're sort of in that gun and utility advantage is key. Now that the guns, the AWPs, M4s, etc. are coming out, it looks like Thomas is finally buying. Okay, I was a bit nervous for Thomas there. Tomas even
staring at his bank account, wondering how he's going to afford dinner tonight. But it's okay. He has an M4 and a frag, so it should be good. And
yeah, once the guns start coming out here for UCC, we can see the tide turning. This is a fairly heavily CT-sided map, and Ulster with 4 rounds on the board already, they'll be sitting pretty, but you want to get as many as you can. Belong, nice trade out there on the Sean before Otter takes down Belong. Looks like it will be the A finish, but the bomb's still in T-spawn, and they have a player still in Tonesy at the back of B here, so a very slow one I think will have to be played out. Looks like they're going to gather this bomb, maybe wait for Long to get something done here. Otter's kind of coy to that, not going to spot him just yet.
I know he's back there. He threw a grenade at them.
Looks like Blue Penguin to push out of Pop Dog, Long to push out of E-Hell, and then an Amy and push from Tonesy. No flashbangs or anything being thrown. Looks like it might be a contact here. Otter to make first contact though for UCC before treated out by Blue Penguin. Can he get that second frag? Readjust his spray, but it isn't enough. tagging Alder down to 29 HP before the re-peak, and Tomas catches off Tony there. Round number 2 now for UCC.
Yeah, brilliant double peak at that point between Tomas and Otter, I believe it was. Tomas coming right through right through Z and able to find the Opper immediately, preventing any scary one-hit potential.
Yeah, now a double upset. Oh, frames.
Oh, here we go again.
No damage. We're all good. We're all good.
I agree. Darkness in the chat is a little bit upset. Such is the way. Yes, issues mean you can't play the game properly.
Admin has FPS issues. Oh dear. Yeah, this will be a reset then. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it'll be a little reset, but just before everyone leaves the server, we can already see the kill boards. I've started the scoreboard even. Salty, the only person still on 0 frags, unfortunately, probably just a symptom of his position more than anything else. And everyone else not on the board, and between Tonesy and Otter at 7 and 6 frags each.
Yeah, per Salty, I don't think he's. I mean, any action that he has seen hasn't really been favorable for him. So, hopefully, he can.
Look,
he can avoid the 007, you know, the clap.
Look, I know it's early rounds. We're only, you know, in round 7-ish. But Tomas, Darkness, and Blue Penguin are all sitting at 100% headshot percentage. Now, I know they only have like 1 kill each, but it looks pretty on the board.
Well, to be fair, Blue Penguin,
actually, he's got 5, yeah.
So, fair enough.
It's off the Blue Penguin for 100% headshot percentage by round 7 with 5 kills.
5 headshots. Round of applause.
Arranging some art while we get everyone into the game with the round of timeout.
Oh, that's actually quite good. Also have a unicorn sticker.
Who got into Valve and got their sticker in?
Yeah. Queens, we try to use the red crown, although it's a bit costly if you actually want to buy some, you know. You have to rack them up. Might have to get a few on the maybe see if I can claim for expenses or something. Who knows? I swear I need this graffiti. Swear. Alright, looks like people will be joining back here. And then we should be resetting soon, and that should be it. Just giving it. Well, this is actually 27, 26.
That's cute, guys. That's cute, guys. So, you know, hats off to, well, I say UCC, they're in the game right now, but like forever I will be singing the praise of Trinity for last week. Like, congratulations, you are now immortalized in one of the longest Counter-Strike games in ICE history to the point where they're willing to ask for your score in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we take those. We take those. If you're going to be remembered, even if you don't win, you might as well do it in something like that. So
Exactly.
I wonder what will be brought out here for UCC to sort of maintain this sort of.
There we go.
Like they had a fairly successful round there. Will they keep going? Will they be able to be stopped here by Ulster? Oh, the 6th man strikes again.
Here's CB spawning in just because the round reset. He'll just have to hop back into the coaching mode. There you go. For you is free. Now you say what they're going to bring out now, but I actually I should point out now that the players have started to buy up, the Unicorns are in a bit of a precarious position here with this buy. Belong is sitting on everyone is at $1,000, between $1,000 and $2,000, meaning, you know, it's going to be a bit of a scuffed buy next round if this goes poorly.
Yeah, fingers crossed here that things go well. Looks like pause is being cancelled and we're all good to go. Otter has that AWP, so a double up setup for the CT side, and especially with that spawn, he should be able to catch up. Okay, no, I was assuming he would go for a peek maybe onto A main there, but he's gonna opt towards the back six sort of situation here. Little pop flash being thrown as well for him to delay any pushes, and that is it. Another standard round here, but maybe a bit faster play. Otter so close to catching off a few players in the A main area. Almost tags his teammate as well through that smoke. And we're going to start to see a little bit more aggression here. Long to get the first frag on a Salty. Blue Penguin just realizes what's happened there. Sean has pushed through that smoke in the same time that he's pushed through. Doesn't realize Tomas is there though. Still adjusts and gets that frag. But do they realize that Sean's still about? Doesn't seem to be the case as he catches off Long. Otter doing big work there on Ivy as well. Tonesy and Blue Penguin falling down to his AWP. Sean and Darkness all chipping in as well. Headshots galore. And what seemed to be a fairly dicey round at the start for UCC was steered into control with those AWPs.
Yeah, Sean playing the Sentinel right in the middle of the bomb site, able to just catch anyone who came into his view. Gotta love that. Gotta love that last second, correction to the spray control to finish off the player sitting in Ivy. And the unicorns are on their SMG buys. Now the thing about both of these teams is they're actually pretty scary with these SMGs. But Train is a different map from Mirage. A lot more long angles, but oh god, if you're gonna just run at them like this, Tonesy, the angles aren't gonna matter too much. He's running up against 3 CT players, so he's not gonna be able to escape. But it is gonna buy him enough time. Yeah, they've got B side. Salty has come up Pop Dog and he's trading a bit of damage. He's aware he's about to get outflanked by the rest of the team. Look at all this damage. Unfortunately, no kills. Salty, come on. One more round you would have got them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. And as a result, look at this. Tomas does get one frag and they're tying it up here. And the stick of the defuse. Tomas, so I think that was a 10-second defuse. Somehow survives long enough. His teammate Sean helping out there with the 4K as well. I really did think that was going to be Ulster's round. But they steered it back. Salty and 0 and 8 right now. But it doesn't matter if Sean and Otter are stepping up to the mark. Tying it up now 4-4. No AWP though on either side, which could really change how this game is played. Maybe a bit of faster aggression being done here. Looks like they're all going to gather around the back of or the front of this T-spawn.
This could go badly.
Look at Otter. Important information play to Gleam, and they'll realize it's going to be a hard A-take. Salty sitting in Pop Dog, doesn't realize he can be shot from there. Oh dear, Salty mate. Having a mare of the game, but hopefully he can get into this one. Tonesy planting that bomb through the smoke, broken too quick for Otter to realize, but Sean playing in the back lines of these smokes. One headshot, doesn't even adjust his angle, holds Pop, the timing with the smoke. Oh, so close, realizes where Tonesy is. Not going to get him just yet, but the spray through the smoke is so close. In the meantime, Broken catches him out, and the timing is so bad for Sean. He's left Tonesy out through the smoke, and the frag will go his way. Round 5 for UU. Bit of back and forth trading. I think the AWP was a key factor in allowing Ulster to win that round.
Yeah, 5 and 15 HP at the end of that on the side of Ulster. Like, you don't get much closer than that. Bit of a risky buy now on Ulster's side. Blue Penguin is all the way down to $0. They're really going in on this half. Meanwhile, UCC have opted to do a bit of a full save, a little pistol buy here. So it could be a well-placed risky buy on Ulster's side, and poor Sean and Salty are just going to be deleted by Long, which is going to tell them an awful lot of info as far as where everyone is. Darkness is able to get a headshot on the Blanc, meaning he's got an AK on his hand, and Tomas will find a kill with the CZ. Darkness already putting that AK to good use, and here we go. Tomas and Otter starting to bring up the flank here on the surviving Cork players. But Darkness is on the site, probably going to be waiting for this bomb plant even. But he will walk right out into Long and Blue Penguin.
And here we go now, 2 versus 2 retake. Tomas still with that AK might be the one to make all the difference here. Shifting all the way up through scaffolding here. No AK for Otter to pick up, and the angles seem to be favouring Ulster, but a smoke to be chucked down. Another 10-second defuse. Tomas maybe, and they're not really lined up for it, but it doesn't matter if Blue Penguin can hit the headshots. Round number 6 now for Ulster.
Little pretty unicorn to set the seal out that round. Yeah, brilliant boom headshot onto the first player, and then just knowing that, just game sense to know where the bomb was planted and where the diffuser could be standing.
And we'll see actually a pause being called here for Ulster. I don't know. Now that they have that AWP, perhaps they might want to try something different here. Not entirely sure though what's happening. AWP for Belong and an AWP for Tomas. Another long-range duel might be huge in this round. Ulster just slipping away with it, maybe Nasperod?
Potentially, but still, like 4-6 isn't a particularly dominating scoreline. If anything, the Netsuck Rebels have plenty of space to grab the rounds back. In fact, looking at the scoreboard at the moment, Ulster have been winning in lots of 2, so we may be due a UCC victory. You see, I'm slightly curious when Darkness is going to grab an AWP and start trying to do the wall bang onto Z.
Yeah, that's
constantly against Trinity, so.
Yeah.
Salty's going to get out of Pop Dog here, but he will win the duel against Tonesy. You had to know he was going to be there. He's been there every round. Sean getting very close. That grenade whiffed his head.
You don't realize Sean gets that frag treated out there by Long, and Belong does get a frag on Otter as well. So 3 versus 3. Salty, as you said earlier, getting that first frag on the round. Nice Molotov on the E-box. And Long was ready for the off angle as well, so...
Come on, it's good flick on the broken. Oh, Belong and Tomas, the 2 offers at close range, but Long is about to absolutely spoil this duel with an AK-47 while Belong goes and finds Darkness rotating in from B side. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. The double round pattern has been broken, and the unicorns look like they might start running away with this now up until the half. Actually, the CTs are gonna have to save like that. Look.
That's not good at all. Salty with that Zeus and Darkness as well. Maybe they can get a frag this time. But
I believe. I've seen a few Zeus's bought, but I haven't seen anyone get kills with them. But I believe. Maybe not so much for Darkness. He's on B site and he seems to be playing rotate more often than not. Who's that a drop down?
Oh, first frag does go the way of UCC in this round. It's not going to be the Zeus that we were all hoping for, but Long trades them out. Oh, Salty, that's so unfortunate. Pulls out his pistol as soon as Broken peeks around the corner. Only one potential Zeus chance left, and Tonesy's watching the drop here. In the meantime, Sean does get a lovely 1 and Belongs caught with his trousers down, but Long will help pull them back up there. Headshot onto Sean. Just Darkness, and he gets the Zeus frag. Let's go. We believed. We got it. And honestly, there's a chance here, but Long has put him out with that AWP, but what does it matter? He got a Zeus frag.
I got my Zeus frag. That's all I wanted. Gotta love the panic in Darkness's controls when he goes, oh, I can get the Zeus kill, and he pulls out the knife. Still, very well done from Darkness. I'm happy that someone finally got a Zeus kill, and that is a good chunk of change that probably went towards those flashbangs and smokes that he just picked up. But if you're actually on UCC side, realistically, you do need to start picking up rounds, and it is going to be a bit of a serious round, economically speaking, again, with Otter and $0, and Tomas going to open us with the first kill and a very aggressive peek on the Belong through his own Molotov, of all things. Gonna return the favor. He's gonna find one onto Tomas with that AK-47. He may faint. He does find a second onto Salty. Poor Salty just getting deleted whenever he has a chance to make a difference. So he's not gonna suspect Sean on this close angle. I heard another Zeus in the distance. I don't think anyone got a kill from it, but look, you can try to refrag with it all you want. And hang on. There's a problem in this plan here. Blue Penguin and Tonesy did manage to get on to B side, although unfortunately Otter will take down Tonesy. As I say this, they forgot to bring the bomb with them. And now Sean has the bomb. So now Blue Penguin's gotta trace his footsteps back and kill a CT with an AK and an off to try to get the bomb that he meant to bring to... Whoops.
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal, as you say.
Now the time is against him. 40 seconds left to grab a bomb and grab the bomb and find a site to plant on, with both players keeping an eye. He has to check every single angle, but he will find... Wow, he will find the first kill, but unfortunately Sean is there to get the refrag, and he will succeed. I also grabbed that AWP for good measure.
That was close. That was very close. Nice first frag there to clear Alder off the angle, but unfortunately couldn't win that one against Sean. 16 frags for himself. 17 on long, so sort of 2 players on each side leading the way before shortly falling behind. The remainder of the Ulster side are fairly evenly fragged together. It's a little bit more sporadic on the UCC side, but they're getting rounds in the board, and that's the main thing. One more round for UU, and I think that would be a really strong CT's half to get into. But multi here, oh, it's just been so unfortunate for this man.
Oh, the Max 7 just failing belong, perhaps by centimeters, as Tomas is able to find him and then use that Tomas to pick up a second kill. That's the back of B site entirely clear. Just left to Tonesy to find the last 3 players. That Tech 9, unfortunately, is not going to be able to output the same amount of damage as an M4A4, and Sean will find Tonesy, meaning it's a nice and easy defuse to put it into 8-6 in favor of the Unicorns, though, so they're still not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, that was it was fairly close. I really did think that Ulster had that round in the bag, but I think the weaponry just favoured UCC a little bit too much there, and as a result they were able to close it out. This should be a bit of a scrappy bye going into the final round of the half, but still 8-6, 8-7 depending on, or 9-6, 8-7 depending on how this will go for Ulster. Either way, I think having over 6 rounds on the T side of train is a very, very good thing to have, and it's a good omen for what is to come on the CT side.
Tomas and Salt. I love how the meta of this map has evolved to the point where neither team wants to move into the position with Tomas and Salty because they know the CTs are going to be there. They've been there every round. But that placement is going to block the flashbang entirely from Tomas's vision, meaning he's able to pick up Broken very easily, although a little bit of a flub smoke grenade, but you know what? It's all good. It's a one-way. We'll call it a one-way. Not a one-way.
Looks like it's going to be another A take here. And Otter in the back 6 position has the angles to hold, and it's all about the timing. And in the meantime, Salty does get one. Tomas as well, traded out by Long for 2 1-digs now. Otter spots him at the back, doesn't catch him off, and he's tagged down. Long now, 19 HP, surely not long for this world, and Otter will catch him off. 8-7 now to Ulster.
Yeah, gotta love these explosive retakes and these aggressive plays. Like, you know, that's T side of the map. The terrorists have control of that side of the train yard. The CTs aren't supposed to be there. CTs are supposed to stay in Z. They're off from there. That's what they do. But apparently not. Apparently UCC say this is our part of the map and we're gonna just keep running up here and getting away with some ridiculous close range headshots.
Yeah, fair play. UCC bringing it back into this T half for them now. Sort of it's the same scoreline, I believe, maybe the other way around, that we had in the previous game. So a very commendable performance for them. It's a matter of, do they have the strats knowledge of this map to convert it into wins here and hopefully bring it to map number 3, which would be Overpass. And a much slower round we can see compared to Ulster in this pistol round.
I won't lie to you, I'm waiting for Dark. I'm waiting for Dark to get a hand on an AWP so I can see some more of those wall bangs. But look at Tonesy. That frag grenade knocked him all the way down to 6 HP. 6 HP? 3 HP. He's player number 6. That's why I'm seeing 6. Honestly, you could step on his toe and you can get it, and you could get a kill on him. Belongo managed to find Tomas through that smoke grenade, and yeah, there goes Tonesy. I'm able to find another onto Salty. Poor Salty's not really getting the opportunity to really show up at the moment with the amount he's just getting instantly headshotted. And poor Sean, the last player on the UCC side, is going to have to try to take on 4 of the Ulster players. And I don't like his odds, to be honest.
Yeah, the timing especially, and the HP isn't in his favour. Bomb down on the A side. I think it's a matter of time before he just pushes out and maybe tries to steal a few frags with him.
Looks like the frag he's going to be meeting is broken on Z, but this shift walk, he's definitely only going to be able to get 1 kill. Definitely not going to be able to get a bomb plant considering the distance he's going to have to run, and the peak does go well. He doesn't get immediately hit. He's able to put a bit of damage on the Broken, but unfortunately Broken with that USPS is able to take him down, putting it into a 9-7 for the Ulster Unicorns. and getting them that pistol round. Not even a bomb plant for UCC. Are we?
Yeah.
Are we in SMGville?
I think it might be the case.
Oh, we're in
5
SMGville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound reasonable.
Honestly, what do you do against a team that's just, oh wow, that's buying a whole bunch of SMGs, and I hope everyone caught that Molotov off along, getting it right through the window. I don't think he was actually able to get it to hit the ground, so it didn't actually spread flames.
Pretty cool either way. And that molly from Blue
There you
Penguin, massive damage. Oh my god! I almost said something a little bit worse than that, but they're gonna push on the B side here. Darkness to take damage down to 11 HP, and Salty is the one to lead the charge. It seems they've slowed down. Eventually they'll push long to get 1, 2, almost 3, taken down by Otter before Broken can step in, and Darkness will actually catch off Blue Penguin. So it's a 2 versus 3, but make it a 2 versus 1 now as Belong trades in out. Just Darkness on 11 HP, but it's been more costly than it really should have been there for Ulster, but they'll walk away happy with their SMGs.
Parry back and forward there. A nice little crouch jump out of Darkness to trick, I forget who that was, into thinking that he had gone down onto the B side when in fact he was waiting for the aggression. Broken. Put that shotgun away. The Mag 7 I'll accept, but this is the XM, and no one uses the XM here. What are you doing?
Oh, I love a good XM, to be fair. He's in a position as well for it. Unfortunately, he's up against a full team of AKs, so it might be a little bit harder to win some duels here, but I believe. I mean, we've already seen a Zeus kill, and Blue Penguin can just win that duel against Tomas, so that's already an advantage the way of UU, but they weren't able to salvage that AK.
It's well and thoroughly ruined the smoke setup they were planning on doing. It's still there. Bunzi here. Darkness coming up on him from Ivy. Any second now, he's going to have to just explode around the corner, and unfortunately, Darkness will just take his head clean off. That's going to tell you where the players are, although Belong and Long don't seem to have gotten the memo. They're still worried that the bomb is over there. Meanwhile, the bomb is headed all the way through CT and into B site. It's gone right past everyone, including Broken.
They don't know, and Broken, I think he might realize very soon. There's one guy spots the torrent of players now pushing on him. Doesn't get a frag.
Able to take on him in 4 HP though.
Yeah. And now it's a full retake from the back of B here for Ulster.
Some massive brain plays coming from UCC here. Just kill the guy in Ivy and run to B. They definitely won't follow us. They definitely won't rotate. And somehow it worked. They've managed to get onto the site without anyone seeing them? What is this round? Otter, anyway, is here to clean things up. Whoop, between himself and Sean. They're gonna get most of them. Belong is all that's left. He's got Broken shotgun on him. Probably hoping for a rifle, but may just have to settle for this to try and get a kill. Hang on, look at me, the camera. Oh no.
Almost.
Poor Belong. I think he was trying to grab an AK or something and accidentally picked up the shotgun.
Yeah, fair play. That's the rounds. The first round on the board on this T half for UCC. Interesting setup here from Ulster as well. Belong with the AWP. The remainder of his teammates on Deagles on a 5-7. Could
talk about a glass cannon.
Yeah.
A bit of early shots to check a few positions, and it looks like they've actually moved a second player into B site there. Broken remaining, as well as, I believe that's Blue Penguin. Ching upper. And here we go. Probably for the first time in a while, not much aggression being put into this early staging area on the T side of the map, but Salty will find the first kill on the Belong. About a second on the Long. Salty has woken up now, and he's been put right back to sleep by Tonzi. Whoa, hang on. How did this happen? It's just broken left. He will drop the bomb diffuser as Otter, but in this 2v1 with this 5-7, he's gonna have to shoot fairly well in order to outshoot the likes of Darkness and Sean. And I think this smoke grenade's gonna give Sean a very nice excuse to pick up that bomb and get it planted. Is this a flank? Is this an execute? I mean, he has a pistol. Presumably he's not gonna worry too much if he loses it, so he may as well go for these kills.
Yeah, finally that AWP is taken up there by Darkness as well. Broken might want to just try salvage an M4, or there were no M4, sorry, an AK. No AWP nearby for him to take either, so... Or is he
gonna find him? He's going for a kill. He's not able to find Sean. He's able to knock him down to 62 HP, but unfortunately not able to get the kill.
Big round there from Salty. He was the one to get the frag initially on Belong with that AWP, and really that was the nail in the coffin for Ulster in that round. So nice 2k from him in a very nice situation monetarily as well, but it can't be said for the same way for his teammates Tomas and Otter. They're only in 3.5, 3.3. On the CT side as well, it's not the greatest, so whoever wins this round might run away with it for just a few rounds at least. Possibly
a bit of pausing.
Expected.
You guys are so nice, you know. Oh no, don't do this, guys. Alright, that time is going to finish up now. I've said it many times, we have fun over here at Nice. But yeah, as you say, the Unicorn's not in a great position buy-wise. Blue Penguin, Long, and Belong are all completely out of money, and they've splurged for these M4s, FAMASs, Scouts. You know, it's not looking good. I was gonna say they're missing the helmets, which is gonna be a bit dangerous. But you know, I'm actually not too worried about that, given the fact they're fighting against AKs and ops. And yeah, Darkness is going for these wallbangs. Unfortunately, no one on the Unicorns team really plays the Z position as religiously as other players would. Much slower game coming out of this now.
Yeah, the W plays, the full rush plays that we'd seen from previous rounds have fallen by the wayside here. It's going to be most likely a B hit here unless something drastically changes. The Molotov to stop any pop pushes and the walk. Now, all players onto the back of B. The smokes and Molotovs go out. Sean coming out of upper B here, just waiting a second. It's going to be Tomas now to lead the way, and that op tag, Scout I should say, Belong, does enough damage for Broken to get one frag and a second. Bomb dropped onto the site, but they're able to retrieve it. Flank coming in now from Tonesy as well. They've got Ulster, or UCC I should say, pinned into this site. But look at this, Sean doing big damage, and Darkness with the AWP is able to get one. All down to Darkness now. 3 frags, all for him. Going for the ace in this round, and a big round it would be. Bomb ticking away in the smoke to follow. He might have to pick up that M4. He does, and now he's going to have to spray through. Gets the flag. That's huge. Belong now left on this bomb defuse on it. Looks like Darkness. That nade's going to finish it. Surely it's the ace for Darkness. Round number 10 for UCC. And that's looking very good.
Brilliant play by Darkness. I'm only upset that I didn't catch more of his kills, but a very classy way to end the round with a frag grenade right on position.
Yeah,
and yeah, being a good sport, buying for his team. Yep, that's team play, everybody. Bit more of a spread out start this round. Very likely going to at least throw a little bit of fake here and there, but look at this aggression from the Ulster side. Blue Penguin, Long, and Broken all gonna run up straight into Otter, who is going to mow them down. Thankfully, Belong is there as well to pick up the refrag, but unfortunately, Sean is covering that angle, and that last kill going to Salty. You hate to see the 3-man pistol rushes go so badly, but in the corridors in the back of B, there's not really much space to dodge any AK rounds.
Yeah, that's fair enough for UCC. A nice way to win that round against full eco, really, for Ulster. Now the AWPs are out for both sides again. These are the rounds that you need to win if you are UCC T side. No,
Tonesy, hang on, Tonesy has walked through a smoke grenade and has managed to get behind the entire UCC team. He's managed to find Tomas. He's got the Ropper in darkness. Oh, he's not able to get Otter. Oh, he's good for 2 though, and what a 2 kills they are. It's completely ruined their plans, and they are now headed down to A site.
Nice little flank there from Tonesy as Belong catch up. And he might just catch Otter here on the angle. Not before Blue Penguin can do a bit of damage, and Belong is getting a bit hungry. Going for that peak, won't get it. Blue Penguin falls off as Long trades him out. Just Otter left now, taken down by Belong. And that will be another tied up game here. 11-11, a nice sort of bout of rounds for UCC. Finally put to a stop here. If Ulster can chain this as well, the economy is not the greatest for UCC. And we could have a complete role reversal of what happened just 2 rounds prior.
But indeed, I think Train is just the map of overtimes, really. I'm starting to think that we may be headed that way. That grenade is going to do good damage onto Sean. All the way down to, let me find him, 50 or 44 HP, and the Molotov to follow it, knocking him down to 38. That's way too much damage on your entry fragger, but hey, an absolutely brilliant throw from the Netsock Rebels. Well, that incendiary grenade is probably just going to delay this push a few more seconds, which is all you really need on the CT side, but cause a bit of a rethink as to what's happening. Oh, smoke's going out the window from Pop Dog. Make it look like this is going to be a
looks like it's going to be
A take, but I'm curious where that bomb is going. Is that bomb headed to Pop Dog? No, it isn't. Blue Penguin's able to find the first onto Sean, although Salty will find one of the Long in return. Long is able to take down Salty and Otter behind E-Box. And it's just poor Tomas to fight back, and Blue Penguin was able to take him down with 4 remaining Ulster players, putting it into 12-11. Yeah, we're getting very close to an overtime, and at the very least a very close win for either side.
Yeah, and just like that, the money for UCC isn't great at all. FPS issue again. Looks like it's going to be a tech pause. Don't worry. No resets are needed. Just probably a relog or something. They might have to reset the round actually.
Yeah, just for the sake of money, I think. What is up with the FPS issues that this
plague this game?
Yeah. Anyway, while we wait for that to happen, let's have a quick look at the scoreboard, because 2 players have broken the 20 mark, being Sean and Long. Sean on 24 kills and Long sitting at the top of the board on 26, showing up absolutely brilliantly for the teams.
Yeah, it's been a good performance for both of them. We're starting to see some of the UCC players as well getting up to that 20 mark. Otter, most notably, and then for the Ulster side, Tonesy and Belong 17 frags apiece. So slightly in favour of Ulster in terms of fragging, but only 1 round between the 2 teams here.
Actually, yeah, both Sean and Long sitting at over 100 damage per round. These are the players that are really showing off what they're made of, and I want to say fairly high headshot percentage. Never mind JRCB, who's holding the bomb at the moment. Gotta love that.
Back lines, you know.
He just turned up with the bomb and a box of sandwiches.
I mean, if he stayed alive and he just held on for the bomb the whole time, then that's a round win for Ulster, you know.
A very illegal round win.
Looks like we'll be getting underway here fairly shortly. Everybody seems to be happy.
Team deathmatching, looking at these matches as they've gone, not many saves or survivors. The winning team is always the one with players left alive, and I believe only 2 defuses coming out of only 2 defuses coming out from UCC and 1 bomb explosion in the entire game thus far, also from UCC. So,
That's great.
scary in deathmatch, maybe not the best bomb planters. Look at this full send towards Ivy. Tonesy will be unflashed just long enough to get 2 kills. Can he get more? He'll get a 3rd, and that Molotov, it should slow them down, but it doesn't. They're gonna go for it, and instead Blue Penguin's gonna sweep in and nick those last 2 kills. Come on, Blue Penguin. That was Tonesy's ace, and we all know it.
Yeah, if you're Tonesy, you'd probably be a wee bit raging, but at the end of the day, get them frags in. Round 13 for them, and ever so close to match point and potentially the game here, but not before UCC can get another gun round in. I'm gonna see Sean, the top fragger, running towards Ivy.
He has to get revenge for last round.
Along with that frag on the salty, catches him off there, and the Molotov to stop Otter from pushing into A main. Great way to start the round for Ulster.
Take that position, Sean. Smoke grenade is going to keep him at bay for quite a while, yeah. And big, rightly concerned that the Unicorns have snuck back into that garage area.
Looks like it might be a gathering towards B yet again, but Sean just outside A. He might want to fake a little bit and then push through pop or something, maybe going to flank. Looks like these nades are going to hold them off, but I think Blue Penguin may have just spotted Sean.
I think so, long as retreated back out of B to try and keep an eye on A, but it's not the full rotate they would have wanted as the attack goes out. Darkness going to have to run right through that incendiary again to get on site, but it does them no, but it does you no good as he's able to find the first headshot on the broken.
Oh, the
lot
frag.
of damage in the log.
Belong to get the first one though onto the B site, making it now a 3 versus 4, 3v3. Trap though, Darkness fighting his way out of the back of Silver. Here's the Molotov raining, and it's all on Sean, I think, really, at the end of the day here. Sean's waiting for Darkness to get that first contact before he swoops in. Blue Penguin on the smoke will get fragged out by Sean, and Belong now has to do it all himself. It's dangerous. The timing could be big here. Pros don't fake. And unfortunately, that missed click will be the end of Belong there. I think he might have been able to stick that and get away with it. But
I don't know about that. There was a bit of styling coming out from Sean there, hitting the wall to time the jump and then doing a bit of a 360 on the way down to try and throw off the shot. I think that what that jump was mainly in reaction to hearing the diffuser started, so on his way to peak that position anyway, and if he had managed to land the shots, that probably would have been around in his favor. And Darkness are going to wait for absolutely nothing. Is going to find the first kill on the Blue Penguin immediately on a nice run out onto A site, but the plan, I think, isn't to take A site. They're going to head right back down with the player advantage in the pocket. Sean, meanwhile, is going to find Tonesy coming out of Ivy, and yeah, the wall banging begins.
Tonesy's gonna call a pause here as well.
A lot of pause in this game, a lot of deep strategic thought. I hope that's what they're for.
A lot of deep strategic thought for what seems to be a lot of rushes. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you just need that time, especially if you're up ahead like this and what seems to be the game going towards a tie here. You might just want to call a pause to stop any momentum for UCC. Tomas to get that opening onto Broken. Look who is in that sandwich smoke.
Belong on the collateral through the smoke.
He might be huge in this round. Belong with another frag as well. And he's going ham. Misses that off shot onto Darkness, but that's where Long swoops in all on against Sean.
Sean is able to stop this madness.
27 frags versus 28. It's all about the timing. I think Sean might just win it. He does. Oh, but Ulster tried so hard there. Belong with a lovely 3-piece. Was unable to finish it though.
bit of gamer salt there. That was an absolutely insane shot from Belong. Absolutely firing through the smoke and managing to catch the head of the first player and the second player with the AWP. I believe that dropped the bomb as well, so that just denied the bomb plant straight out as well.
Yeah, that's it's almost a bit cruel for Ulster, you know, inspiring so much hope in that 3K and still not being able to win the round. But this looks like it might be round number 14 now for UCC coming out.
Hey, like as I said before, UU absolutely scary, but even with the kills, they're 3 players on not breaching 20 was the only UCC player to do that is Sean. But as I said, as we've seen, you know, UCC much more happy to play the bombs, and that flashbang is actually going to force Blue Penguin back down. It is a, well, I'm not going to say a save, it's a bit of an eco-y round.
Yeah, Frogger 2 would be ideal.
Not able to get the kill. He's gonna walk straight into 2 players, and one of them had it all. But Sean will be able to get the kill with the AK-47, and here comes the reinforcements in Broken. We'll get a good bit of damage into Sean and finally be able to drop the player down with that 5-7. Tonesy has managed to find an AK, and he's got one on the Otter.
Oh no!
Oh no! Look at that! Headshots from both Long and Belong from the Deagle and the P250. As I say, the UU unicorns scary to play deathmatch with.
Oh dear, that's if you're UCC, that is so cruel if you lose that round and potentially the game here. Look at the money as well. Oh, it looks like unless
they're not going to save, are they?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you gets done to them what had just been done here, it could be it could be a reverse sweep here in that. Oh dear.
Another pause here. Every single few rounds comes with a pause. I believe, you know, if I can be psychic, and I'm not psychic, I have to imagine UCC are pulling at the spreadsheets and trying to figure out how in the name of anything they are able to use this amount of money to stay in the round without risking giving the round away to the unicorns. They are sitting on it's 13-14 in favor of Ulster, meaning one more round puts them on match point. So if they do save, that is, they're giving match point to Ulster with, you know, the need to pull 2 consecutive wins back off them. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a save. Yeah. So the goal now, I think, is pure economic damage and fingers crossed a bomb plant. But that's going to be difficult to do given the fact that 2 players are holding AK-47s and one's holding an op, and that grenade is going to take 3 players down pretty low. Belong, having got the first kill on the Salty, is going to call to his friends and let him know where everyone is. Oh. Darkness is going to bump up against Broken, and unfortunately that's probably going to be the end of it, as Belong is able to find 2 more on the Tomas and Otter, and Long is there to help to take down Sean, putting Ulster on match point 15-13. It's a close one, and the UCC Otter needs to have a chat with the lads again.
Yeah. Otter's gonna have to pull out all the stops here now for them. Is this OT? Please no, please no.
We have a 3rd map, guys. We can... You don't need an overtime. You've got another map. It's 3 maps. So with that said, you mentioned the money. Look at poor UCC now. They're emptying the banks here. Darkness, Tomas out of money now with the bare utility they have. Salty and Otter at 150 each, and Sean down to 50. Salty's the only one with a decent amount of utility on him, to be honest. Although Tonesy went a bit light on the utility as well. He's only got a grenade on him. Yeah. Waiting for
on Sean there was decent enough there.
I'm waiting for this position from Broken to cause a bit of a stir, but never mind. Otter's able to take him down.
Otter. And Broken probably shouldn't have pushed there as well. But look, 33 and 19 HP for Sean and Otter respectively. It's still very doable here for Ulster. But Monka S.
Yeah, it's going to force the unicorns to spread out a bit more than they really ever want to. Blue Penguin has to kind of hold Ivy from the soft position to assist in A main if it comes down to it, and the upper is just dedicated to B now. And UCC with the player advantage, they're able to sort of scout out a little bit and get the feelers out to see where the defense might be weakest. Looks like we're gonna get a bit of a setup here with the last two. Well, not the last two. The Salty has one as well, but two of the remaining smokes they have in their arsenal, and it may come down to the likes of Long holding Pop Dog to have a swing at them. Blue Penguin as well is being approached on all directions.
Surely.
Oh
Nice
no!
2K though. And Salty does train him out, but the 2K is huge there from Blue Penguin. 2 versus 2 now, and the bomb has to be picked up. With this advanced position on the side, Long might need to show some heroic plays with AWP, and he won't be able to. Long waiting this whole time with that Pop Dog position, and it's not going to work out for him, but he picks off that headshot, and the second, he wins it! That's going to be 31 frags for Long, and the round, and the game, and the series.
He hit 31
Semi-finals for Ulster. And what a way to end it. 16-13, just like the previous game. And what a way it finished out. It was a 2-0 for Ulster, but it was it definitely didn't feel like one.
At all, especially with how close that is. Both Sean and Long finishing on 31 kills right there. Yeah, absolutely brilliant performance by everyone around. And like, if I have one note for all the other CS teams for the rest of the tournament, I like this pace. Let's keep this pace going. Who is there to highlight here? Tomas with his 66% headshot percentage.
Yeah, fair play. That was a good game of CS. Both Sean and Long on 31 frags. I think really sets the scene for how this game went down. But in the end, it was Ulster just pulled ahead, and yeah, 2-0. Fair play. Congrats to Ulster, and hard luck to Cork, because that was a really tight 2 games there.
It was indeed. So of course it will be Ulster going ahead in to the next round of our knockout bracket. Commiserations to University College Cork. The Netsuck Rebels. Unfortunately, their journey ends here, and we will be seeing UCC play on into the next round. I'm gonna grab these standings one more time so I don't make any mistakes. I'm also tell Counter-Strike to be quiet. Have a nice copy for myself, right? So obviously WIT and the UCD and UCDC versus were played earlier today. NCI Panthers A and TUDA played earlier today. We'll have to check later on to see what the scores on those will turn out to be. But the important one for here is UCC, never mind, it's UCDB, they weren't able to play it, so UCC took their place, versus the Ulster Unicorns. They will very likely be playing, well, they're very likely playing either the UCD Leviathans or Trinity College Dublin. And Ro, I have to ask, who do you think they're going to be playing next week out of UCD or Trinity? Oh, hang on. Minor tech diff. You love to see it. Right. Well, I'm gonna be horrible and point out that I think that very likely the Unicorns are gonna have to face up against UCD. I love Trinity with all of my heart, and their overtime rounds were absolutely brilliant, but the UCD are a bit of a scary team to come up against.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you there. For me, like Trinity, they've given a lot in this season, but I just think UCD might be the team to pip it across the line, just like we did see today with Ulster just beating out UCC. Although it was a 2-0, very close game, I think that might be a sort of similar pattern that we'll see in the UCD Trinity game.
It was indeed. In case you missed the first map, I'm going to say this right. The Ulster University Unicorns, too many U's, have managed to win the series 2-0 against the UCC Netsuck Rebels. The first map going 13-16 in favor, and the second map, oh god, also 13-16 in favor. Don't tell me we have a new cursed scoreline. I'm gonna get very scary. I'm gonna get very scared of all this stuff. But as we wrap up, I'm going to just quickly remind everybody about the schedule for the rest of the week and further on. Today, obviously being Wednesday, was our Counter-Strike day. Tomorrow, tune in for our League of Legends on Thursday. On Friday, you'll very likely be back with me for some Rainbow Six Siege action on Friday. Next week, we'll start all over again. On Monday, we'll have some Valorant. Tuesday, we'll hit Rocket League. I may have to double check. There was a bit of issues in the last stream. I'm wondering when they're all finished up. Their season, the season, it may actually be over already. I'll have to double check on the socials and everything, guys. Unfortunately, I am not a Rocket League man. I like the shooty bang bangs, which you can see more of if you come back Wednesday next week, during which we will have another round of Counter-Strike, and we'll have to see who is making it out of the semi-finals. Of course, Ulster is going to be there, but we're going to have to see who made it out of the other brackets and how those matches go. Right. With all that said and done, I have been Naspirad. With me has been Ro.
Thank you very much for watching, folks. Have a good evening. See you all next time.
Exactly. We will see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.